I think we're live. Wonderful. Let me just confirm everything is good here. And just bear with me here, guys. I just like to always make sure that everything is working the way it is meant to be. And then we should be able to get started. And here we go. Yes, we're good. Okay, perfect. And let me share this in some of the groups. Here we go. Okay, all is set. Well, folks, welcome. This is my name is Christian Gingras. I'm a Crown Diamond with Max International. Folks, this is day 45 out of the 90-day run that we have been following since January 3rd of 2022. So we want to thank you really and congratulate you for those of you that are actually following through, that are watching the videos. Folks, at the end of the day, the fortune will end up in the hands of the people that are staying the course and that are executing. Now, day 45 is about making a decision to go to the top. But before we begin on the topic of this afternoon, this morning, or this evening, regardless of where you live in the world, I'd like to ask you some questions. And feel free to post it into the chat section and the comment section and let us know what are your thoughts because these are very important questions. Number one, what I'd like to ask you is did you have a breakthrough in the past 45 days in any of the sessions that's been taking place for you? Did you have a breakthrough? And if you did, what would be really awesome is for you to post what breakthrough did you get through. And maybe some of you had maybe a medium breakthrough, some kind of a breakthrough, but not the breakthrough you're looking for that you desire, but you've had a breakthrough. Post it. And what was that breakthrough? Whatever level that is. Even if it's a very moderate breakthrough. It's very important as we progress and as we evolve. It's like if you're going to a destination and you're following a map, isn't it nice to actually be able to see that little dot on the map? I know right now it's in real time using your map apps, you know what I'm talking about. But you see that dot in real time, it gives you, even if you know where you're going, don't you find that you tend to run the actual app all the time? Because it gives you a sense of direction to where you are and how much traveling left to do. This is why I'm asking you these questions. Is for you to process is are you moving forward? Or and again, are you completely stuck? Maybe some of you are completely on the halt, completely stuck, and you're unable to move forward. And if that's the case, mention, yes, I'm stuck. And mention what's the problem. And the reason I'm doing this is that if you take the time to take an active role into these questions, we might be able to help you. And also, what I found is the people that tend to ask for help, that knocks at the door shall open. And you may find that you may start getting some help instead of hiding behind behind the curtains and kind of dealing with this all on your own. So these are some of the four questions I'd like for you to take the time to answer, and it's entirely up to you. It's entirely up to you. And the thing is, these sessions are here and designed to help you grow and to help you evolve. Now, as I stated, this session here today is all about making a decision to go to the top. Let me just share my screen here for a minute so you have a visual. Now, you probably see that I just posted it in the group. I kind of finished it last night or this morning. I forgot. And the point here is just some highlights that I would like you to focus on, where making a decision may seem like it is an easy thing to do, or maybe for some of you, a very hard thing to do, or maybe you think you've made a decision, but you really never really did commit to that decision. And let me bring this into perspective to kind of help you in your process in growing into this environment, into this kind of business. Um, One thing that's very important, as you can see here, is go into your head, go into your heart, and ask yourself the question: am I prepared to give myself permission Listen to this, very important. Am I prepared to give myself permission to go to the top by merit, not luck, by world class expertise, not good fortune? The reality is, I'm not new in this business. And I know that some of us might have had the fortunate luck to be sponsored into an environment where there's been what we call spillover, even maybe both sides for you. But how much have you actually contributed to that volume? This is what I mean by not by luck, but by merit, based on your efforts. Because when you make the decision, that's when everything changes. This is the decision I had to make back in 2006 when I was really working hard. And I had some success. I was in a six-figure income, but I was really, really, really struggling. And I had to make a decision to give myself permission to go all the way to the top. Because let's face it, sometimes success is scary. Would you agree with me on this? Sometimes thinking of us being at the top might be a bit scary. It sounds silly, but if you think about it, maybe that could be an issue for you. It was an issue for me. I feared success because when you have success, it comes with responsibilities. But then what I realized over time, as I started having a little bit of success and a little bit of merit and a little bit of growth, right? I've been at this for over 25 plus years, folks. This is I've been, this is a journey. And there's been an enormous amount of growth that's been occurring over the years. But what happens is when you start having little blocks of success, little levels of success, and then people come back to you, someone that you don't even know, they heard you speak, they heard you say something, and they said, you know what? You made a difference. You inspired me today. That was some of the fuel that helped me build my confidence in knowing that I was doing the right thing to a point where eventually I knew I had those skills. And of course, as I kept developing, then I've evolved. But the very first thing I needed to do is I needed to give myself permission. And this is what I'm telling you. Give yourself permission to be a top income earner. And don't fear the success and the results that comes with it. Because I'm telling you that over time, as you come across the challenges, it becomes, I wouldn't say easier. What happens is your level of belief increases. And when the level of belief increases, then it's easier for you to accept the different level of success that you might be achieving. Because what I've recognized very often is sometimes there's people who have reached an incredible amount of level of success. But what happens is um, the amount of work that was done to get there didn't measure the success they had. So they started to self-destruct. They started to implode because the way they were put in the pedestal didn't match the way they felt inside their heart. So it begins with you giving yourself permission. So I spend a time on that because it's really important. And what's important is that you need to engage your mind every single day. We're surrounded by negativity, right? Sometimes our relatives means well, they love you, they care for you, but they may not know necessarily what's good for you because they're not in your environment. They're looking at it from their point of view. And often they may say things to you that are very, come across as very negative and that goes against the nature of what you're trying to do. And you constantly have to remind yourself what your goals are and what you're trying to achieve. And this environment of the Crown Diamond Global Impact, it's an environment that we've created to help you get information and get feedback from like-minded people that are reaching for that success, that have reached a certain level of success. So constantly engage your mind every single day in thinking positive on what you want and not what you wish or you would like to, but you can't, but focus on as if you already have it, and focus on the things that makes you um, that 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 gives you a reason for waking up in the morning. That's where you need to focus your thoughts every single day and challenge your limiting beliefs. It's unfortunate, but unfortunately, what happens is based on where we live and the environment that we live in, as I said it earlier, they are also grew up with certain amount of limited belief. One of my limited belief when I grew up, I come from the French side. I didn't speak a word English until I was 23 years of age. Okay, so I had lots of practice. Now I'm 56, right? So the point here is I grew up thinking that money is not made for us. It's not our life. It's not designed for us. Stop dreaming and come back to reality. Folks, that was drilled into my head. How many of you might have gone through similar things? Stop thinking like that. It's not for you. It's not for us. It's for those kind of people. That is a lie. They don't mean to lie. They just don't know any better because of the limited belief. So my point is challenge your limited belief. And I'm not saying you have to think in ways that are way beyond and bigger than you can possibly imagine. It's a good practice, but if you can't do that right now, just maybe step a little further. In other words, whatever limited belief you have, go a little further. And you know what? You might reach it. And then go a little further and go a little further. And then a year from now, it's amazing how much you could have actually achieved just by having this constant awareness of the limited belief. And what's important is every single day, what you need to do is engage in planning, right? Plan. And then when you plan, I'll give you an example in a minute on what you could do as planning. Do, in other words, execute the plan and then review every single day. See if what you're doing is working. If it's not working, let's revisit. It doesn't mean that what you're doing is not working. What it means, it might be some adjustments that you may have to do. And again, I keep bringing back this group and these videos and these trainings. There might be something in there that could actually be exactly what you need to hear to overcome, or maybe to do some adjustments to whatever that plan was so you can start getting the results that you're looking for. So, but it begins with making a decision. You need to decide to commit. Now, sometimes you have to accept that something has to change. Something has to change. For things to change, something has to change. And if you keep repeating the same pattern and the same daily method of operation, whatever you do in running your life, and you're not happy with your result, something needs to change. What if you decide to become a world-class builder? Not just some cheap network marketing recruiter. I'm talking a world-class team builder. This is what these sessions are for. And we encourage you to accept, first of all, to give you permission to decide to want to evolve and decide to evolve in the way that you might be communicating, in the way you share the opportunity, or maybe the way you share knowledge about the product. Instead of always relying on your upline as to what have you done for me lately, opposed to what can I do that he's doing to be able to duplicate the process. So the fact is, I challenge you to become a world-class team builder. What if you learn how to duplicate the tactics and strategies of successful associates? They are crown diamonds and diamonds of all levels that are showing up here, sharing information with you. Are you taking the time to watch those videos? Are you attending? Are you paying attention? Because what happens is that if you follow some of those tactics, and I'm not saying you need to do everything they tell you, pick one thing, try it. and evaluate your results. Doesn't work? Come back again. Listen to something else. Try it. And maybe that did something for you. Folks, I know that the common issues are prices, belief in the industry itself, right? Belief in that these products do work, belief in yourself. I know that these four core beliefs are at the forefront, which could be what keeps you going and that keeps you, that puts you in a position of leadership to get others to follow you, or it could be the reason why you're not moving and you're completely stuck. As I said earlier, in a past 45 days, are you completely stuck? You just don't know where to look and what to do to evolve from where you are. But the fact is, mirror and mimic and duplicate what successful people do. And you have an environment here. You can go back for the past 45 days and listen to most of the trainings. You don't have to listen to everything they say. You can scroll a little bit, but pick up something and start from the beginning if you've missed them all. Maybe you look at this for the very first time and you haven't seen the other ones. Go back and see some of the things that were shared. Dr. Izzy, Wattmaster, Ann Turnbull, my wife Tammy, right? The Sylvie Cossette that I shared in here. And there's others. I'm sorry, the name, or I don't have the list here. There's other leaders from Nigeria and Ghana that actually came up. And there will be more as we keep evolving. But grab information from there and apply. Don't just listen and walk away saying, oh, that was nice. No, apply it. Apply it. And when you make the decision to change, the moment you make a decision you want to change and you want to learn, your fear will disappear. That is a fact. Your fear will start disappearing. As I mentioned earlier, I feared success. I know that sounds silly because for me, it's what if people don't like what I'm doing? Or what if they don't like what I'm going to tell them? And sometimes it's always in the back of my mind because it's something from the past. But over the years, there's been these little steps that's been adding on. And there's so many lives I've been able to impact today. I know for a fact, me personally, I can make a difference in someone's life. I know that if I happen to be close enough to this person, I know I can make an impact in this person's life. What better environment than is Crown Diamond Global Impact for me to have an impact on you? Maybe we've never met. Maybe I did something that triggered something for you. But make the decision. Give yourself permission. Because this is all where it all begins. If you don't give yourself permission, you will find yourself very resistant to everything that comes towards you, right? And one thing that's very important, I want to finish with that. Trading all expectations for appreciation. Everything will change. Folks, when I speak to someone who shows appreciation, I melt. I am so grateful for someone who shares appreciation. When someone comes with expectation, my wall comes up. And then I'm asking, well, what have you done? What have you produced? Have you delivered? Or are you just expecting things to be done for you? You know, we live in an environment where in many countries there's entitlement, right? And which comes with a problem, right? It's like you owe me. And that's something that I'm telling you has worked for me is whenever someone does any kind of effort of any kind, I really share appreciation for the effort that they put forth in doing whatever it is that they want to do or achieve. And I find that that has really helped me solidify and build strong relationships today. It's one of the reasons why I have a very strong bond with a lot of my leaders or the leaders I work with around the globe. I am so grateful and appreciative for their commitment, despite the challenges that we're facing. So the comment here is trade expectations for appreciation. Instead of expecting the company to do things for you, show appreciation for what the company is trying to do for you. Show appreciation for what your upline leaderships are trying to do for you instead of expecting things from them just because they happen to be upline to you. The moment You change this approach from expectation to appreciation, your life will change. People will recognize those changes in you. So, in conclusion, folks, is go into your head, into your heart, and give yourself permission to achieve success, to go all the way to the top. As significant as you may feel it is to do that, it is one of the most important steps for you to do, is to get acceptance from the most important person in the world, which is yourself, not someone else, you. And ask yourself the question is, are you prepared? Are you prepared to do the steps and to learn? Are you open to receive, to learn and evolve, to get to where you want to be or to get what you want? Because one thing I can tell you, that if you help enough people get what they want, you will get what you want tenfold, a thousandfold. That is an understatement. And last point is trade expectations for appreciations. And I assure you, your life could be completely different from the moment you make that decision. So I hope the discussion was helpful. That was day 45. I look forward to day 46. And every week, Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, someone comes in for 15 to 30 minutes and share their insight based on the 90-day one that we're doing. Every Tuesdays at 1 o'clock, we also have a presentation that goes on for about 30 minutes. Thursdays and Saturdays in the same group. Okay? Now, the fact here is plug into the information. Plug into the information and let us help you. But you need to show up. You need to attend. But number one, give yourself permission to succeed. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day, and we look forward to it next time. Bye for now.